Hi, everybody. Mrs. Somick here for your Tuesday reading lesson on drama. Now, I don't mean like friendship drama. This kind of drama is one of the most exciting forms of fiction we readers can enjoy. Have any of you ever seen a play or maybe participate in a play? Well, that's what drama is. Plays are drama. And just like any other form of fiction, drama is written by a writer, but this writer is known as a playwright, and it can be enjoyed by readers of fiction. Now, just to kind of help us get to know a little bit more about what we mean by drama, I've got a short little vocabulary video to kind of dive into the vocabulary that goes with this idea of this kind of fiction. Okay, so let's take a look together.
A drama is a story that's meant to be acted out. Now, let me tell you about how you can see it on a stage or read it in a book. It's emotional, exciting, thrilling. Look, a drama is a story that's meant to be acted out. Now, let me tell you about how you can see it on a stage or read it in a book. It's emotional, exciting, thrilling. Look, from the page to the stage, here we come with the groundbreaking play, A Raisin in the Sun. A black woman wrote it and took it to Broadway, the first to ever do that. Lorraine Hansberry, she's the playwright, the person that wrote the play. The meaning of that word is in its name. A script is the written text of a play with the dialogue and the stage direction, okay? Dialogue are the words spoken by the actors. They rehearse so the conversation seems natural. Stage directions tell the actors how to act like exit stage left or where a character sat. In a book, info comes from written description. In a play, it comes from dialogue. Listen, act 1, scene 2. Walter says, money is life. And that's how we learn his feelings, right? Stories have a beginning, middle, and end. So acts and scenes are very important. An act is a big section broken into scenes. They're sort of like chapters, but not quite the same. The plot moves the story along, develops characters, and between acts an intermission occurs.
You know what? I'm gonna get a water. Do you want anything?
The bathroom's pretty long.
I'll be back in just 1 sec.
A drama is a story that's meant to be acted out. Now, let me tell you about how you can see it on a stage or read it in a book. It's emotional, exciting, thrilling. Look, a drama is a story that's meant to be acted out. Now, let me tell you about how you can see it on a stage or read it in a book. It's emotional, exciting, thrilling. Look, that first verse was sort of like Act 1. Please take your seats, Act 2 has begun. You got your script and your stage directions. Now you need a world in which to set them. You know where the drama goes down, what's around. It's best to be specific, like a store or a house. Like A Raisin in the Sun was set in Chicago. In a South Side apartment, the story is told. And the things in the setting or on the set, those are called props, and it's everything that an actor touches or uses on the stage, like a couch, a pen, a fork, plate. Sometimes when scenes change, the set does too. This is how a playwright tells the story to you. The plot strings these scenes together, then a theme emerges, a deeper message. A Raisin in the Sun's got a theme about why you should remember a forgotten dream. A play is a group effort, so backstage, a crew is working hard to keep things in place. They're the ones that you don't see tucked in the back. The cast comes on stage, bows after the last act. Since we're the audience, that's when we clap or give a standing ovation. There's nothing better than that. A drama is a story that's meant to be acted out. Now, let me tell you about how you can see it on a stage or read it in a book. It's emotional, exciting, thrilling. Look, a drama is a story that's meant to be acted out. Now, let me tell you about how you can see it on a stage or read it in a book. It's emotional, exciting, thrilling. Look.
All right, friends, I hope you enjoyed that vocabulary here. So let's head back to our lesson today. So we know that reading drama is different from reading a narrative story. Like our video said, the written version of a play or drama is actually called a script. Now, let's begin noticing some of other important differences by flipping through, and I'm going to show you here the first page of our play script. And we're going to notice differences. Now, I'm also going to show you a chart of the text feature and the language of drama with those vocabulary words here, as you can see. And this chart is going to help us familiarize ourselves with the way a play looks. And also, by knowing how it looks, it's going to assist us in reading of the play here in a few moments. So, I have our little chart down here to help us, okay? And let's just kind of take a look here at the first page of our play, of our script of Pandora's Box. So let's talk about how the writers of plays, what do we call our writers? The playwrights, how they help us visualize what's happening. So playwrights help readers visualize the scene by stating right here, okay, where it is taking place and having the narrator provide, here's my narrator, additional background information and transition language between the scenes. So this is my setting right here, and our narrator is our person who's telling the story. A playwright also provides stage directions. Here we go. For the characters and uses the characters' dialogue. So if we look at the stage direction, it's telling us what our actors are actually doing. They don't speak this part. However, they will speak what's written right here, known as our dialogue. Now, the dialogue is going to help us understand the characters and move, of course, that plot forward. So today, we are going to learn the popular traditional myth, Pandora's Box. Many of you may already be familiar with it, but we're going to read it in the dramatic form. Now, this dramatic version of this popular myth includes the same story elements as our traditional versions, but the playwright does something kind of a little different. He chooses to retell the story with a humorous tone, so it's kind of funny. Now, Pandora was the daughter of Zeus, who was sent to Earth to marry Epimetheus. As a wedding present, Pandora was given a box with a big, heavy key and cautioned, Pandora, never open this box. So let's find out if she actually obeys. Dun, dun, dun. All right, now remember, I'm not going to be reading the setting or the stage directions. I'm only going to be reading the narrator's part and the dialogue spoken by the characters. So let's get started. The ancient Greeks believed that a family of gods controlled everyday life, and these gods lived on Mount Olympus, Greece's tallest mountain. Though they had superhuman powers, they squabbled, fell in love, and played tricks just like us common mortals. For example, let's consider the case of one Pandora, the first mortal woman created by the gods. This story takes place many, many, many years ago when the world was a wonderful place. No one was sad. Nobody ever grew old or ill, and everyone had everything they wanted. I suppose you're wondering why I called you together. The thought did cross my mind. In my infinite wisdom, I have decided to create a mortal woman. Great idea, boss. I can give her cleverness and curiosity. I can give her beauty. And I can teach her to play music so beautiful it will make you weep. Excellent. But I'm not really into the whole weeping thing. Just teach her to play well enough that everyone has a good time and nods their heads to the beat. You got it, boss. And so the gods created the first mortal woman. Zeus immediately arranged for her to marry a craftsman named Epimetheus, because that's how the king of gods rolled in those days. He also decided to play a little trick on the newlyweds. I have a lovely wedding present for you two. Oh, you shouldn't have. What is it? A house? A swimming pool? A brand new chariot with air conditioning and 21-inch rims? Get real, Pandora. I'm just a Greek god. I'm not made of money. However, there are a few little details you must agree to first, and my lawyer will fill you in. In accepting this gift, you must agree to certain terms and conditions. Namely, you must agree never to open the box or allow anyone else to open it. And if you do, you will face severe penalties. I can't even open it? What kind of gift is that? It's the kind of gift that has been given to you by the King of Gods. I strongly recommend you accept it. Good point. Sign here, initial here, and sign here and here. Now, Epimetheus was an excellent craftsman, but he wasn't the most curious guy on the planet. And when he and Pandora returned home, he set the chest in a dark corner of the house and covered it with a blanket. There, out of sight, out of mind. It might be out of your mind, but it's not out of mine. I simply must know what's inside. Pay no attention to what's inside. Just put it out of your mind. Well, that's easier for you to say. Mercury didn't make you intensely curious. Sometimes I wish he had just given us a blender instead. Well, I'd love to sit here and chat with you about this, but I really need to get to work. All those crafts aren't going to make themselves. It's probably just sheets or dishes or a coffee pot or something. Let us out. Well, it's definitely not a coffee pot. Come on, Pandora. We don't have all day. Oh, I can't open the chest. I signed a contract. I could face severe penalties. Look, it's really stuffy in here, and some of us aren't in the best of health. You'll be in a lot more trouble if something happens to one of us. Good point, but I don't have a key. It's in the lock. So it is. Ah, Pandora, how nice of you to finally release us. Pandora, meet my good friend, Disease. Pleased to meet you. And this is my old pal, Cruelty. I thought Venus gave you beauty. I hope you kept the receipt. This is Pain. And this is Disappointment. I thought this place would be a lot nicer. One by one, all of the evils that infect our world climbed out of the chest and slithered out the front door. The afternoon turned to evening, and evening turned to night. And finally, Pandora roused herself to action. Now that you've met all my friends, I shall introduce myself. My name is Death. Pandora, you must let me out too. Leaving me inside would be your worst mistake. Absolutely not. I'm in enough trouble as it is. But I am Hope, and without me, the world cannot bear all the unhappiness you have turned loose. And as Pandora lifted the lid, a white flicker, small as a butterfly, flitted out of the chest, and the still howling wind blew the white flicker this way and that, and Pandora watched as Hope fluttered through an open window, just as the sun breaks through the storm clouds. Oh, Pandora. So, we can tell that we see here that Pandora did not follow Zeus's orders. My goodness. But at least we still have hope, right? So if you kind of think back on that little bit of that theme at the very end, even though there's so many evils in the world, we can always get through as long as we have what? As long as we have hope. So on your own, I did attach for you the actual play of Pandora's Box, and I challenge you to maybe practice with your friends and family members at home. It's a lot more fun when you have more than one person, of course, reading all the way through. That way you have different voices and you try acting it out, okay? Because friends, reading plays is such a unique and exciting experience for readers of fiction. And in order to ensure our enjoyment and understanding of this dramatic literature, we readers have to understand that special language and the text features that we just went through that are used in our play scripts. So doing so allows us to travel into the world of the play and enjoy this unique type of fiction. So what I've done for you is after you've kind of practiced through and read through the play on your own, okay, I've attached another one, a very short one called The Present. And what I want you to do is to read through the present and to answer these questions in your Google form. Make sure you complete it, submit it, and then mark as done. And I can't wait to see the answers you guys come up with. All right, friends, I hope you enjoyed your Tuesday lesson. Can't wait to meet up with you again.